My dear students, this is Channappa KM, Assistant Teacher, Government Junior College High School Section, Devanahalli, Bengaluru Rural District. I heartily welcome you all for the Pariksha one day revision classes. My dear students, in this class, we will recall some important concepts of the lesson magnetic effect of electric current, along with few demonstrations, along with few questions. My dear students, this is very important lesson for the point of view of examination. You can expect a diagram, you can expect a statement questions, you can expect a HOTS, that is higher order thinking questions, what we call application level questions and all. Let's learn the concepts one by one. Magnetic field and field lines. My dear students, you have all played with a magnet. You have idea about the magnet and its property. The magnet having the property of attraction. When we take an iron nail nearer to it, it attracts. When we take another magnet to a magnet, definitely we feel two forces. Either it is an attractive force or a repulsive force, depending upon the poles of the magnets. Yes, these are all known to you people. When two magnet attracts, when the poles are unlike, in that cases they attract each other. If the poles are like poles, definitely we feel repulsive force. Then my question is, what is a magnetic field and what are magnetic field lines? Are you recalling them? Yes. Magnetic field means or the region around a magnet where the force of attraction or repulsion can be detected is called magnetic field, and this magnetic field around a magnet can be detected by using magnetic compass. So this magnetic field is going to be represented by imaginary lines. They are called as magnetic lines of force. Magnetic lines of force. Then what are the properties of magnetic lines of force? Here you have. The first property is magnetic field lines emerge at the north pole and merge at the south pole. They are going to emerge from north pole and they are going to merge in south pole. So this is outside the magnet. Then what about inside the magnet? The direction is quite reverse. Inside the magnet, the field lines from south to north direction. Then the magnetic field lines are denser or they are more at the poles. You are seeing here the magnetic lines are more at the poles. Then magnetic field lines do not intersect each other. They will not intersect each other. They keep on pushing each other. You are seeing the arrangements of the magnetic lines of force. So these are some important properties of magnetic lines of force or magnetic field lines you have to remember. My question is, what happens when a current is flowing through a conductor? There is a flow of charges. That is the thing you know. There is another phenomena along with the flow of current. Let's see what is that. Here I am showing you an experiment. I have connected a straight conductor to a battery with the help of wires. I have used two magnetic compass here. So what are the uses of magnetic compass? The most important use is it is going to be identify the magnetic field. Here the deflection in the magnetic compass gives us the existence of magnetic field around a conductor. When we are going to see the magnetic field in this case, ಯಾವಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಈ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? as soon as we pass the current through the conductor. ಈ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಗಳು ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. along with the flow of electrons, magnetic field is created around a straight conductor carrying current. So that is why magnetic compass shows deflection. Understood? Okay. My next question is, you are identified magnetic field there. with the help of magnetic compass. Then what is the direction of the magnetic field around a straight conductor carrying current? How do you identify the direction of the magnetic field? The magnetic field around a straight conductor carrying current is concentric circles. Here again we are seeing, in case of bar magnet, you have seen like the bow like arrangement between north and south pole. Here in straight conductor carrying current, you will have is concentric circles. Can it be considered as a magnet? Definitely. ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಯಿಂಗ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ ಅಥವಾ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ? ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್. ಯಾಕೆ? ವೈ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ಇಟ್. ದೆನ್ ವೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೌತ್ ಪೋಲ್? ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೌತ್ ಪೋಲ್? ಆರ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಎಂಡ್ಸ್? ಆ ಎಂಡ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತಾ? ನೋ. ಯಾಕೆ ಎಂಡಲ್ಲಿರಲ್ಲ? Because we are not at all showing magnetic lines or field lines from one end to the other end. We are showing perpendicularly. So that's why here you are seeing, if the direction of the current is upward, here the direction of the concentric circle you are seeing. Here, see? So it is started at other side of the conductor and they are coming like this. Then, so that end will be a north pole and this end will be a south pole. If you are going to consider any particular position between the two sides of the current carrying conductor, you can notice north and south pole. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ? ನಾರ್ತ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೌತ್ ಪೋಲು ಎಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗೇ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ನ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಎರಡು ಭಾಗವನ್ನು ನೀವು ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಆಗಿ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ನಾರ್ತ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೌತ್ ಪೋಲನ್ನು ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಯಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಮೈ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಈಸ್, ಹೌ ಡು ಯು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ಎ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಯಿಂಗ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಸಿ ವಿತ್ ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ right hand thumb rule. Right hand thumb rule help us to identify the direction of the magnetic field lines around a straight conductor carrying current. What it says, so when we hold a current carrying conductor in our right hand like this, ನಾವು ಹೀಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಒಂದು ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಯಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ನ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಲಗೈಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, the thumb pointing upwards indicate the direction of the current. If the current is flowing upward, it is indicated by thumb. So here see the arrangement of the fingers. See, I am showing you arrangement of the fingers. It is going to cover the conductor in a anti-clockwise manner. If the direction of the current is upward, the arrangement of the magnetic field lines in anti-clockwise direction. Then if the current flowing is downwards, then the arrangement of the field lines in clockwise manner. So this is what right hand thumb rule says. If a current carrying conductor is held in the right hand such that the thumb finds the direction of the current, then the fingers wrapped around the conductor shows the direction of magnetic field. I have a few more questions for you. My question is, so consider this one as east and this one as west. If the current is flowing from east to west, then what is the direction of the magnetic field lines when we see from east side? And what is the direction of the field lines when we see from west side? Let's see. It is easy to understand. So use the right hand thumb rule. Hold the conductor like this. So see from east side, we will get clockwise direction. The alignment of the field lines in clockwise. Then if you see from west side, the magnetic field lines are in anti-clockwise direction. Very simple. Magnetic field due to current through a circular loop. You know how the field lines around a straight conductor carrying current? Let's understand how the magnetic lines of force in a loop or a circular coil. Here I am showing you the circular coil. So here, if the ends are connected to the battery, current will flow through the coil. If there is a current in the coil, there is a magnetic field around it. If there is a magnetic field around it, there is a magnetic field lines. If there is a magnetic field lines, they are concentric circles at a particular point. So I am showing you 2 points. In these 2 points, magnetic field lines are circular in manner. So here are in these two. If you consider any 2 ends like this, any 2 points. If you consider any 2 points, there you will have magnetic field lines are in circular manner, concentric circles. So what happens if you go to the center of this loop? So definitely the lines are straight. They are appears to be straight. So when current is passed through a circular conductor or a loop, the magnetic field produced in the form of concentric circle around the conductor towards the center. The arcs of the circle become larger. You are seeing here the arcs are smaller. So if you move on to the center, the arc becomes larger and larger, and at the center they appears as a straight line. So this is the thing you have to notice in case of magnetic field due to a current through a circular loop. So you have to practice this diagram. The magnetic field due to current in a solenoid. You all know what is a solenoid. A solenoid is a cylindrical arrangement of the copper coil, insulated copper wire or copper coil. How it is arranged? Yes, the solenoid is like this. I am showing you slinky. So this slinky is in the form of a cylinder and having loop like this. If the coil is arranged like this in a cylindrical manner, that becomes solenoid. A solenoid is a circular coil of insulated wire in the shape of cylinder. What happens when we connect this solenoid to a electric current or a current source? Definitely there is a flow of current. If there is a flow of current, definitely there is a magnetic field. Then how will be the magnetic field around a solenoid? Are there concentric circles? Whether it is going to be behave like a bar magnet? Yes, let's see. So when current flows through a solenoid, it behaves like a bar magnet. The first important thing you have to notice, a solenoid behaves like a magnet when we are going to pass current. The ends of the solenoid behaves like north and south pole. So like just like a bar magnet, we are going to identify, we are going to notice north and south pole of a magnet. The magnetic field produced by solenoid is similar to that of magnetic field produced by a bar magnet. Bar magnet ಹೇಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೋ ಅಥವಾ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ಬಾರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟ್ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೋ ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಸೊಲಿನಾಯ್ಡ್ ನಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. The strength of the magnetic field depend upon strength of the current and the number of turns of the coil. So here you are seeing the arrangement of the coil in a solenoid. If you are going to increase this turns, then definitely magnetic field is going to be increased. Or if you are going to increase the current which is going to be passed through the solenoid, in that case also there is an increase in the magnetic field. Here I am showing you the magnetic field around a solenoid. Here the ends of the solenoid is connected to the battery, that is positive terminal of the battery is connected to the one end and negative terminal is connected to the other end with the help of key. Then if the current is passed through the solenoid, so definitely you can see the magnetic field around it. Then magnetic lines of force are emerged at north pole and they are going to be merged at south pole. It is just like in case of bar magnet. Here see the direction of the magnetic field lines with respect to the direction of the current provided to the solenoid. See, when the end is connected to the positive terminal of the battery will be the south pole, and if the negative pole of the battery is connected to the solenoid will be the north pole. You have to connect it negative terminal with north pole, N to N. It is easy to remember. Then how will be the field lines inside the solenoid? What is the direction of the field lines inside the solenoid? It is from south to north. Let us go to the next concept, electromagnet. What is an electromagnet? You have played with the electromagnet in your previous classes. How can we prepare an electromagnet? It is simple. If you are going to wind copper wire to a nail and the ends are connected to the battery, so when you switch on, or as soon as you are going to connect to the battery, it behaves like a electromagnet. It is going to attract iron like substances. We are going to use the solenoid to prepare electromagnet. A strong magnetic field is inside a solenoid can be used to magnetize a piece of magnetic material like a soft iron when placed in the coil. Such magnet is called an electromagnet, or an electric current is passed through a wire wound around a piece of soft iron. It behaves like a magnet. Such magnet is called an electromagnet. So this is how we are going to prepare an electromagnet. See, here I am showing you an experiment, how an electromagnet works and how it is going to be attract when it is going to be loses its property. See here. Here I have wound copper wire to a iron, a soft iron. As soon as I switch on the current, it is going to be attract. It shows magnetic property. If the switch is off, it loses its magnetic property. It is a temporary magnet. Electromagnet is a temporary magnet. So it behaves only when there is a current in a solenoid. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಆ ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅದು ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಿಹೇವ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಕರೆಂಟನ್ನು ನಾವು ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಲೂಸಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಅ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಲೈಕ್ 3, 4 or 5 voltage. You can conduct this experiment by the help of 9 volt battery. So don't try an AC current. Please use small voltage. You can use batteries to conduct this type of experiments. So before going to know more about the lesson, so let us recall the things which we have recalled already with the help of some sample questions. Here you have some questions. What are magnetic field lines? You are capable to answer for all these questions. Is it right? Yes. Write the properties of magnetic field lines. Name the rule used to detect the direction of magnetic field lines around a straight conductor carrying current. State right hand grip rule. What is a solenoid? How do you detect the poles of magnetic field in a solenoid? What is an electromagnet? Explain the method of preparation of an electromagnet. How do you increase the strength of electromagnet? So these are some sample questions for you. Our next concept is force on a conductor carrying current in a magnetic field. You know that current carrying conductor having magnetic field around it. What happens that conductor when it is placed in a magnetic field, another magnetic field? Definitely it has to be feel either the force of attraction or repulsion. See, observe here what is going to be happen. Here I have taken a coil, copper coil. I have connected the ends of the wire to a battery, and here I have another magnetic field. So what happens when I pass the current through a coil? See, it jumps out. It displaces. Why it displaces? Due to the presence of mechanical force there. So this is how a current carrying conductor when placed in a magnetic field experiences mechanical force. This relationship is going to be explained by Fleming with his left hand rule. See what Fleming left hand rule says. If you hold the thumb, forefinger and the middle finger of the left hand perpendicular to each other such that forefinger points in the direction of magnetic field, the middle finger points in the direction of current, then the thumb shows the direction of force, that is the direction of the mechanical force on the conductor. So we can write in a simplest way like this. Forefinger indicates direction of the magnetic field, then middle finger indicates direction of the current, and the thumb shows the force or the motion of the conductor. So, if you are going to arrange our fingers like this, left hand fingers like this, they are mutually perpendicular to each other. So, this finger is perpendicular to this finger and this finger is perpendicular to this finger, and these two fingers are perpendicular to each other. So, if you are going to hold like this, so main finger indicates the mechanical force acting on the conductor, so due to the magnetic field and the current. So, forefinger indicates the direction of the magnetic field and the middle finger indicates direction of the electric current. So, we can see the direction over here. So, one is upward and one is this side and one other is this side. This is mechanical force on the conductor, this is magnetic field and this is electric field. Now, come to the electric motor. What is an electric motor? What happens when we provide current to a electric fan? Definitely it will rotate. What is the change in energy takes place there? Electrical energy is converted into mechanical energy. Motor is a device which convert electrical energy into a mechanical energy. What is a motor? Motor is a device which convert electrical energy into a mechanical energy. So, here you are seeing the parts of the motor. Here N and S indicates magnetic field. ABCD is a rectangular coil of insulated wire which is connected to the copper ring, and copper rings are connected to the carbon brushes, and external circuit is connected to the battery. So, when we provide current over here, it will rotate, and the direction of the rotation which is going to be identified by using Fleming left hand rule. So, here I am showing you two different diagrams of the electric motor. You can use any one diagram in exam, either you can write this one or you can write this one. See, here I am showing you another model of electric motor. Here I have connected the circular coil to a battery with the help of this pins, yes, safety pins. See, here you are seeing a bar magnet. It is placed on the bar magnet. So, as soon as we provide the current, so because of the mechanical force, it is going to be rotates. See, this is another reassembled motor. So, it is taken out from the toy car. I have used bar magnet below it. So, if I am going to connect electric current like this, it will rotate. If you change the direction, it changes its direction of rotation. You can conduct all these things in your home with the help of a low voltage, a small voltage like 3 volt, 6 volt and 9 volt battery. Yes. Let us come to the commercial motors. You know the difference between a motor which is used in toy car and a commercial motor. Commercial motor means the motor which is used in flour mills, textile mills, and the motor which is used to pump water, they are all commercial motor. So, what are the specialities in commercial motor, or what are the parts of the commercial motor? Means it has three important parts. They are: an electromagnet in place of permanent magnet is used, large number of turns of the conducting wire in current carrying coil, and a soft iron core on which coil is wound is called an armature. This enhances the power of the motor. So, which enhances the power of the motor? This armature. Now, come to the electromagnetic induction. Whenever there is a change in magnetic field with respect to the coil, there will be a induced EMF. So, that is what we call electromagnetic induction. So, we are going to notice induced EMF when a magnet is pushed inside the coil, that is going to be identified with the help of galvanometer. In the same way, if you are going to take it out, if you are going to withdraw the magnet from the coil, then there also we can notice the deflection in the galvanometer. So, here in both the cases deflection is opposite. EMF is going to be induced only when there is a relative motion between magnetic field and the coil, otherwise no induced EMF. See, another experiment I am showing you. So, here see I have wounded coil in a solenoid manner. So, I have used a magnet in front of the piston. So, I am moving in and out. So, due to the relative motion between the magnetic field with respect to the coil, so electricity is inducing here. So, with that induced EMF, bulb is glowing. So, Fleming right hand rule helps us to establish the relationship between direction of the motion of the conductor and the magnetic field and the current induced. So, what it says, so if you hold a right hand, our right hand, 3 fingers like this, main finger, forefinger and the middle finger mutually perpendicular to each other. So, this main finger indicates the direction of the motion of the conductor, then forefinger indicates the direction of the magnetic field and middle finger indicates the direction of the induced EMF. So, now come to the electric generator. You know about electric motor which convert electrical energy into mechanical energy, but electric generator converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. Here I am showing you the model. See, here there is a wheel which is connected to a motor. So, when I provide this mechanical energy for the wheel, definitely there is a current. So, with the help of that current, the electric bulbs are going to be glow. You can see in the experiment. It is going to be works on the principle of electromagnetic induction. So, here I am showing you the animations regarding electric generator. So, we have to provide mechanical energy for this rectangular coil and we can notice the induced EMF with the help of galvanometer. See, these are the 2 different diagrams for electric generator. You can write any one of the diagram in exam. So, the construction of the generator is similar to that of motor, but only the difference is in case of motor we are going to use battery in the external circuit, but here we are using galvanometer to identify induced EMF, right. So, here N and S indicates north and south pole of the magnetic field, ABCD is rectangular coil which is connected to the copper ring, copper rings are connected to the carbon brushes and the carbon brushes are connected to the external circuit. It is going to be connected either to a bulb or to a galvanometer. So, here it is a 3D diagram and it is a 2D diagram. You can use any one or you can write any one in exam if it is going to be asked. Here I am showing you how EMF is going to be induced in a generator. See, it is a motor. I am providing mechanical energy to a motor. So, that mechanical energy is going to be converted into electrical energy. So, your bulb is glowing due to the electrical energy produced in the motor. Now, let us compare dynamo and a motor. What are the similarities between dynamo and a motor? What are the differences between a dynamo and a motor? So, we can understand with the help of diagram easily. So, what are the similar parts in between two? So, this one is a motor, electric motor, because external battery is there, external source. Here it is a generator or a dynamo because of the galvanometer. So, here N and S, in both the diagrams you are seeing N and S magnetic field, in both the diagrams you are seeing ABCD rectangular coil and copper rings, carbon brushes. These are the similarities between a motor and a dynamo. Then what is the difference? The difference is only one thing, or we are going to see the battery in the external circuit, we are going to see the galvanometer or bulb in the external circuit of a dynamo. So, these are the similarities and differences between a dynamo and a motor. Let us understand what is direct current and alternating current. What is direct or DC current? A current that always flows in one direction only is called direct current. The direct current we get from battery is called a direct current or a DC current. So, battery is the main source for DC current, 9-volt battery, 12-volt battery, etc. Here it do not changes its direction. But what about alternating current? It is going to be change its direction periodically. That is what we call alternating current or AC current. So, here the most power stations in our country produces alternating current, AC changes the direction in every 1/100th of the second and its frequency is 50 hertz. And what is the one important advantage of this AC current over DC current is AC current can be transmitted over a long distance without much loss of energy. Now come to the domestic wiring, very important topic of the lesson. So as you all know that a fuse is installed in the domestic current and electric meter you can see, and there is a 3 different wires. One is a live wire, another is a neutral wire, another is earthing wire or earth wire. So these are indicated in different colors. So here electric power to home is supplied through the mains. It has 2 wire, one is live wire with red insulation, we can see the red color of the wire, and the other is neutral wire with black insulation, and the potential difference between these 2 wire will be 220 volt, and the earth wire, that is with green insulation, is connected to a metal plate. So that is kept in the ground, you are seeing here. See, and also you have to remember 2 separate circuits are used. One is of 15 ampere for appliances with high power rating like geyser, air conditioner, etc. The other is of 5 ampere for fan, bulb, etc. If the device consumes more electricity, we need to use 15 ampere circuit. Then if the device uses less current, we have to use 5 ampere circuit. The different appliances are connected in parallel so that every appliances get equal voltage, and even if one is switched off, the other is not affected. So this is the advantage of parallel connection at our domestic wiring. They will ask a question, write the advantages of parallel connections in domestic wiring. For that you have to write this answer. The appliances having metallic body like electric iron, refrigerators, etc., their metallic body is connected to the earth wire, so that if there is a leakage of current, it passes to the earth and prevent the electric shocks. These 2 are very important in domestic wiring. So we have to be very careful about overloading as well as short circuiting. When overloading occur, overloading is caused due to increase in voltage, or if the live wire and the neutral wire comes into contact, or if too many appliances are connected in single socket. In all these cases, it results in overheating of the wire and can cause damage to the electric circuit and for the appliances also. So when does a short circuit occurs? Short circuit is caused when live wire and neutral wire comes in contact and the current suddenly increases in the circuit. It causes spark, fire and damage to the circuit and appliances. Let us see some sample questions on the lesson. So here I am showing you some model questions. You can prepare like this many more questions. See another questions you are seeing here. What precautions should be taken to avoid overloading of domestic electric circuit? A coil of insulated copper wire is connected to a galvanometer. What will be happen if bar magnet is pushed into the coil, withdrawn from inside the coil, held stationary inside the coil? When does an electric short circuit occur? So these are some sample questions you can expect in exam. You can prepare more. Yes, my dear student, I hope you have all recalled all the concepts of this lesson with the help of some questions, with the help of some demonstrations. Now you are capable to understand any type of questions which is going to be appear from this lesson, and I request you should refer the textbook again, read the lesson again. So make the important notes and be prepared well, and I wish you all the best, my dears. Thank you.
ಭೀತಿ ತೊರೆಯುವ ನಾವು ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಬರೆಯುವ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾವಾಣಿಯ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿ ಕಲಿಯುವ
ಖಾಲಿ ಜಾಗ ಭರ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೊಂದಿಸಿ ಬರೆದು ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡಿ
ಚಿತ್ರ ಬರೆದು ಭಾಗವ ಹೆಸರಿಸಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೂ ಉತ್ತರಿಸಿ ಅಂಕಗಳೆಂದರೆ ಮೇಲಿನ ತೊಗಟೆ, ವಿದ್ಯೆ ಅದರ ಒಳಗಿನ ತಿರುಳು. ಭೀತಿ ತೊರೆಯುವ ನಾವು ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಬರೆಯುವ, ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾವಾಣಿಯ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿ ಕಲಿಯುವ, ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾವಾಣಿಯ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿ ಕಲಿಯುವ, ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾವಾಣಿಯ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿ ಕಲಿಯುವ.
ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾ